We find ourselves at the foot of the Rockies, Denver, Colorado, for this edition of the NFL on EA Sports. Today we've got an interesting Week 11 matchup on tap between the Las Vegas Raiders and the Denver Broncos. And off we go from Denver. From a yard or two deep, here comes a return. And the decision to come out of the end zone is going to cost him 5 yards as he's taken down right at the 20. Play action now. Mariota. And it's incomplete. Boy, he doesn't drop many like that one. Second down. Well, these two teams have met up in Denver earlier this season with the Broncos winning that one. So they're looking for the series sweep here in Denver. They'll try again from the 20 on 2nd and 10. Mariota now. Looking deep for Adams. And it's intercepted. And they're going to set up shop at the 27-yard line.
Well, they certainly weren't afraid to let it fly early, and they hope that'll keep the defense honest and keep the offensive guys excited about getting back out there. They are in attack mode in this game. It did backfire a little bit. Now you're just hoping your defense can keep them off the scoreboard so you're not facing a deficit the next time you run out there.
They begin the drive with Williams. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. He'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11. They'll stay on the ground with Williams. He'll get a yard. That's all as they get him down at the 28. Well, this defense for the Raiders, they were excellent a week ago in that victory over Indianapolis.
And one of the key things you always look for when you're evaluating a defense is how opportunistic are they? How many takeaways do they get per game? And how about last week's game? That number, 6. Absolutely phenomenal performance. They were on top of their game right from the first snap.
Got a man open. It's Sutton. And a good job on the tackle there as they get him down shy of the first on the 35-yard strike. That'll go for a gain of 7, and it'll be 4th down. The Broncos send out their punter now as he's on to punt for the first time this afternoon. He'll send this one into the mile-high air, and it's a good one. Great coverage there, holds him to a 2-yard return following a 50-yard punt. And the Raider drive will start from deep in their own territory with a 1st and 10. The Raider offense set to get this drive started. Remember last time out they threw the interception on their first drive. Good news, their defense backed them up, so it's still 0-0 here as they begin their second possession. Yeah, and one great way to judge a defense, how do they handle what we call sudden change? When all of a sudden, you know, it goes against their offense and they have to run out in the field and try and put out the fire. Give this one great kudos for getting out there and not letting that interception lead to points. Excellent job by them defensively. And he's taken down but able to slip across the 35. 14 yards is the pickup there at a Raider first.
Usually we see runs like this as the defense breaks down later in the game, but this guy is setting the tone early, running through all types of tackles and put the defense back on its heels.
And he can't find a receiver, and he's brought down. Randy Gregory in there to get him, and that is sack number 6 now for him on the year. Defensively on the previous play, they gave up a pretty good chunk of yardage, but right there, they got a good portion of it right back.
And if we just flip it around from the offensive perspective, took a nice step forward, and how about a couple of leaps backwards after that play? They've got to figure out a big call coming up here to try and gain that yardage back.
Mariota's throw complete here to Waller. And they'll wind up getting this to the 37. Gain of 9. That's a staple of this offense. Drag route to the tight end.
Yeah, he's unable to use his size to break off much more yardage after the catch, but still an effective gain nonetheless.
On third down, Mariota. And it's complete to Adams. And he takes this one down almost all the way to the 30. A very nice pickup of 33 yards.
Well, partner, I'm not sure how this drive's going to end, but how about the way they flip field position there? A nice attacking play that picked up a heck of a chunk of yardage.
On play action, Mariota going up top. And that's going to be caught for a Raider touchdown. Foster Moreau, his first touchdown on the year. And the Raiders get the upper hand as they're on the board first here this afternoon. And his kick is no good. An inauspicious start here kicking-wise as this one stays a 6-0 game. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. And the mile-high air in full effect as that's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. Denver offense at the line, ready to go. They are back over the 500 mark for the season. Got there with a win a week ago, their second straight victory.
But they've definitely gotten better as this season has gone along, and from what I can tell, they know their roles. Everyone understands how they fit offensively, defensively, and this team now has an identity, and they're playing to it and playing well.
A gain of 3, second down.
Well, that's just a pile of bodies there, and that's when you kind of find out who's a tough guy, right? Who can stand up and make a play. It was only a 3-yard run, but for both sides, they had to walk away from that field like, okay, I can stand up when the going gets tough in here.
They try to throw on second down, but this one is incomplete. Cortland Sutton was the man he was looking for, and it's third down.
Well, that's a defensive coordinator's got to be happy with that result. They took away all options downfield and forced the incompletion.
They head to the line facing a 3rd and 7 following the incompletion on second down. Now it's Wilson. I'm not sure he saw the linebacker there as that's batted down and incomplete.
That looks like it's going to be 2 empty possessions now to start this football game. I think they're going to have to sit down and talk about what worked for them last week in their win. Sometimes you over-game plan, overthink things. Get back to what works.
That'll be put in the books as a 53-yard punt. And the Raiders will take over now 1st and 10. The Raider offense set to get this drive started. The offense coming back out here. Plenty of energy, ready to roll, looking to just add to what they have been doing after scoring a touchdown, Charles, their last time out.
And that's a great feeling to have on the sideline, partner, knowing you just won the battle against the opposing defense. And since they came off the field, I'll guarantee you all they want to do is get back out there because they know they have the upper hand on that defense right now.
Off the play fake, Mariota. Forced out to his left. And he's left with no option here but to throw it away.
Oh, that's good decision-making right there. Understood down and distance. Knew it wasn't third down, and he still had another opportunity to earn the first down. Good job throwing it away and avoiding an interception.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on third down. Mariota. And a quick throw here, that's complete. And he will be marked down short of the first as they get to him at the 29. It'll be a gain of 5. And that'll bring up 4th down. Here's A.J. Cole now to punt this one away. KJ Hamler deep for the Broncos. And he gets this away, and look at this. This is a good one. Returning it, here's Hamler. Six 0 our score after one. The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive. And, Charles, if the season ended today, and it's not going to, we still have December left.
More football.
We're only in November. But they would be a wild card team. And that's great. They'd be in the playoffs, but you know they're trying to bump up to be one of those division leaders.
That guarantees you at least one home game in the playoffs, and that's what you're really seeking. But there also isn't much margin for error for this team, right? Because right where they're sitting, a two-game losing streak could have them out of the playoffs, so they've got to make sure they continue to keep the momentum going.
Absolutely. There's some sharks smelling blood in the water behind them. An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on third down. Wilson. He's got his tight end. It's Albert Okwuegbunam. And he'll only get this to the 17, well shy of what he needed. The Broncos send out their punter now, standing just outside his own goal line. He's been a busy man here in this first half as he gets it away. Fielded at the 20. They'll call that a punt of 59 yards. Tough to do better than that. And it'll be Raiders football, 1st and 10. The Raider offense set to get this drive started. The crowd may be losing just a little bit of the edge after back-to-back punts.
They want some big plays. They want to see some offense. They want to see somebody break away, whether it's through the air or on the ground. Now it'll be interesting to see where the patience is on both sides. Each head coach, can you hang in there and not try and force something that could put your team in some jeopardy?
A big hitter to start the drive has him up near midfield here for 1st and 10. They go play action. Mariota. Throwing left side, it's complete. Now he's going to get this all the way down inside the 35. They go right back to him for 20 and a first.
The goal for any offense versus his own defense, find the holes where guys are available and put the ball on the receiver before any defender can step up and fill it.
They did it well there. Perfectly executed crossing route. Yeah, give him 4 yards there. It'll be 2nd and 6.
And that was a quality play to start a new set of downs. That was simply an offensive line winning the battle up front and winning in a big way and giving their guy in the backfield a nice lane to hit.
On 2nd down, they'll run with White. And only able to muster a couple down to about the 27. Well done to sniff that out defensively. He had it diagnosed pretty quickly.
I love that description because diagnosed is perfect on that one. Read his keys, made the play, and he couldn't even get going moving the football.
Mariota from the gun on 3rd down. And this is going to be intercepted. Picked off by Caden Stearns. And the Broncos are going to get the football here as the ball will come out to the 20. Denver offense at the line, ready to go. They've shown precious little here offensively thus far as they try again with a 1st down now. Always got some breathing room. And they're going to get this beyond the 40 before he's taken down. 23 yards on the pickup there and a first. You know, I have a pretty good friend, Charles Davis, who tells me that when he sees plays like that, strong runs to the right, reminds him of the 1960s Green Bay Packers.
Boy, those were the days back when the fullback actually carried the ball as well as blocked. Then you had a halfback. You had pulling guards, guys who could get out and run. And you can hear the great coach saying it back then. So we get a seal here and a seal here, and we run this play right in the alley.
Throwing again on second down. Wilson. And this throw will be intercepted. Picked off Byron Jones. And the Raiders are going to take over at their own 41. And, Charles, that's now 4 interceptions over his last 3 halves of football because, remember, he threw 3 picks last week.
Starting to wonder if maybe defenses and those coordinators have identified something on tape with what he's doing. Maybe a movement, maybe the way he's moving his shoulders. Who knows what it could be? He could have a few tells out there that they're keying in on and allowing defenses to get to the football a little bit faster. People steal signals. Maybe sometimes they can figure out what the quarterback's doing just by his movements.
And we've hit the 2-minute mark in this first half of action. On 1st and 10, here's Mariota. Oh, he's going to let this go for the end zone. And this is caught. Touchdown, Raiders. A great effort there. 41 yards. And the Raiders are able to strike quickly to add on to their lead.
Brandon, they just got the ball, and already they're in the end zone, and you're getting ready to talk about the PAT. That was fast.
This time, the extra point up and good. And the lead now stands at 13. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. Taken at the goal line. And no alley to be found. The coverage was solid, and he's dropped at the 18. The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive. And we'll see if they can bounce back from that last drive. In particular, if they can bounce back in the quarterback position, Charles, after throwing their first interception of the ball game.
Yeah, some guys, you know they're going to want to try and get a big play right away and take control back. Others, they're going to look to hit a couple shorter passes and get a little momentum back that way.
But for the defense, that goal's not changing a bit. They want another pick.
You're exactly right about that. In fact, you've got to watch them a little bit because in coverage, they may cut down their gaps a little bit, maybe their splits a little bit in order to try and get to the ball even faster.
So they'll come up 1st and 10 now from the 33. A quick throw knocked away and incomplete.
And that's a nice job there because you've got to play the ball, not the man when in coverage. That'll keep you away from a lot of needless penalties, and he's able to knock that one away.
Play action. It's Wilson. That's complete. It's Okuwebunam. And he is out of bounds inside the 35. An excellent pickup of 34 yards.
And that might be exactly what they needed to wake up this home crowd. They haven't given them much to cheer for so far, and never underestimate the effect the home crowd with you can have on a game.
To throw again is Wilson. He'll get that complete to Albert O. And he'll be brought down at about the 23-yard line. This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. Off the play fake. Here's Wilson. And this throw a bit late as he couldn't reach back for it.
Well, a momentary speed bump there with that throw, partner. The defense had other ideas, and they're trying to mount a small stand before this drive reaches the end zone.
So after the incompletion on 1st, now 2nd and 10. Throwing is Wilson. This will be caught. Judy And he will reach the 5-yard line before going out of bounds. That one good for 17 yards, and now they've got it first and goal.
14, front it.
I think this is a free play for Wilson. And this is caught. For the moment, it's a touchdown, but multiple flags down, so let's sort this out. So obviously they will decline the penalty there, and the result is 6 points. Extra point from McManus is good, and it's now 13-7. So not much time to speak of remaining in this first half as the kick's away. And just 18 seconds remain till halftime as they come up on 1st and 10. Play fake. Mariota. Caught on the right side by Adams. And they work this well upfield across the 45. Now a timeout taken. Perhaps a chance for one more quick play and then another timeout if they hurry. We'll see.
Sometimes it's designed, and sometimes you just have to know when to leave the pocket and move and make something happen. And on that play, he was able to get on the run and was still accurate throwing the football.
Mariota now to throw on 1st down. And the Broncos get there and take him down. So we've reached halftime with the visiting Raiders out in front. As we send you on out to our studios in Orlando, here's Jonathan Coachman at REA Sports Halftime Report. Welcome back. Charles and I settled into the booth, ready for quarter number 3. It'll be the Broncos getting the football first in this second half as they trail, and we are back underway. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. Denver offense at the line, ready to go. Charles, it'll be interesting to see what adjustments this offense made in the locker room. Haven't really been able to get anything going offensively, virtually nothing in the ground attack either. So certainly something has to change here in quarter 3.
And I'm pretty sure their friends from the defensive side of the ball told them exactly that, because those guys, the stop troops, they've been playing pretty well, and they've kept them around in this game. Now they've got some time. The running game struggled in the first half. Opposition knows how to focus on defending the pass here. They've got to re-energize that ground game and maybe open things up for a comeback here in this half.
On 2nd down, Williams. And he's going to be dropped following a pickup of 7 past the 30 to the 32.
And that was a really nice run there to bring up 3rd and short. After the incompletion on 1st down, it's awfully nice to have a running back that you can hand it to and put you back in a good situation.
Wilson now to throw on 3rd down. Quick hitter here, it's complete. Finding room at midfield. And he'll have it past midfield almost to the 40 before being taken down. A big play that time on the catch and run. And the Broncos are going to have a new set of downs. So here's a 1st and 10 now in Raider territory at the 42-yard line. Wilson. Oh, this one incomplete. The pressure got to him as he released it. And it's 2nd down.
You get the sense that they're saying we're not playing up to what we're capable of, and we're deep enough into the game that the early jitters are long gone, that they should now have some sense of continuity and be able to make some of these plays that they have not been doing so far.
And he's going to get this inside the 30. 48 yards now on the ground on just 7 carries.
Sometimes it's hard to believe, but
There are times this game is about patience, isn't it? Has had the game he expected, but that run there, that may get him going.
I was just going to say, maybe that gives him a little juice, because you're right, he struggled, especially in that first half.
Yeah, and I know the great ones always think to themselves, just hang in there. I'm just one big carry away from busting this open. That's a good start for him.
And they're going to stop him right at the line of scrimmage. Just no cutback lane to be found whatsoever. 2nd and 10. Looking to throw on 2nd down. Wilson. It's a short one here, complete to his tight end. And he's going to have another first down as the tackle comes at the Raiders' 14. Give him 12 yards on that one. It earns him a fresh set of downs.
It's taken a while for this offense to get going. A little creaky at the start, but they're oiled up now. A nice throw there, and they're really putting together a good drive.
From the red zone now, here's Wilson on first down. Oh, hit as he throws there, incomplete.
I think he had to unload that one before. He was right up in his grill. I think he was a dentist there without a license, don't you?
Just not enough time for the play to develop. Just lucky it wasn't a fumble, really. So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on first down. Play action. Now Wilson. And he can't find anywhere to go with it, and he goes down. Finally hauled down for the first time this game. Multiple defenders in there to drop him. And, of course, that's not an easy man to sack. You know how elusive he can be trying to get outside of the pocket. That was a great play on the defensive side.
And I wonder what was going through his mind, because he didn't seem as committed to using his legs to pick up yardage. He wanted to keep that play alive, so either take off and go or throw it away. But he held on to the football and ended up getting sacked.
They do get 12, but they'll be marked short. And that leads to a 4th down.
And that big gain may just change the thought process here on 4th down. I think in the red zone, they might now consider going for it on 4th down.
They're going on 4th down. It's Wilson. And this is caught for a Bronco touchdown. Greg Dulcich, his 3rd touchdown now on the year. And the Broncos' decision to go for it pays off with 6 points. McManus's point after is good, and that will put them on top here in the 3rd. After the touchdown, here's McManus now to kick it away. And no effort to bring this one out. It's a touchback. The Raider offense set to get this drive started. And, Charles, it feels like we're set up for a good second half here. Came out of the locker room, 1-score game. Now the lead has already changed hands. Well, this offense, they've got an opportunity right now to take that lead right back.
Yeah, and it feels like you're going back and forth, almost a little bit like a tennis match, right? And we're just, our heads just keep moving. Which side has it? Which side's going to score? How are they going to go out doing it? A little bit of a challenge for each side, trying to match each other. Well, normally you see 3 tight ends in a formation. You have to think to yourself, this has got to be a run. And I know as a safety, when I saw that, I took an extra step or 2 towards the line of scrimmage. Instead, they threw the ball, and he found one of those tight ends for a very nice pickup.
First down, here's White. On a nice burst there as he'll take this inside the 30 to the 28-yard line. Another first down. A gain of 19. Play action now. Mariota. And he wisely will throw that one away.
The goal is certainly to try and make a big play happen and climb back into this game, but you have to be careful. If you overdo it, you could turn it over and hurt your team.
Now a give up the middle. This is White. And he'll be taken down just shy of the red zone at the 21. 76 yards for him on the ground now as he has been terrific here this afternoon.
Well, this play sequence was really kind of called in reverse. Incomplete pass on 1st and 10. Nice run on 2nd and 10 when probably everyone was expecting him to throw the football. Now, if you're the defense, what are they going to do on 3rd down? You're a little off balance.
Yeah, he appears to be about 2 feet short on 3rd and 3. Leaves him with a 4th and 1.
We talk about defenders, specifically linebackers, keeping their eyes in the right spot. He had that eye down the entire time.
And you know that's not easily done because they throw a lot of misdirection at you. They try and fool you and get your eyes in the wrong place. But you're right about that one. He correctly figured that one out and made a really nice play.
The kick by Carlson is good.
So he's been automatic to this point of the season, and he connects on the field goal there.
And what a luxury it is to have a kicker you can depend upon, partner, because he hasn't missed all year long. Converts on that one as well. And kudos to you. You didn't jinx him.
And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive.
For this offense, Charles, remember the last time they were out here, marched it nearly the full length of the football field, and a lot of the attack went through the air, so now they're seeing if they can duplicate that performance.
Okay, if I show my age a little bit, partner, because I can hear my high school coach, John Ford. I can hear his voice in my head. Laddie, when you put the ball in the air, 3 things can happen, and 2 of them are bad. But the way the game's being played now, this is just part of what they do, so I don't think they should change anything at all. They've been dominant. Keep throwing it around.
Williams going to get it again on 2nd down.
And able to stay on his feet past the 30 to about the 33-yard line. Give him 4 on the carry, and it'll make this a 3rd and about 2. And they're not going to get to the line to run another play. So we will switch ends as the 3rd quarter has come to a close. We'll return with more after this break. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. And this offense on 3rd down today, just 1 for 5 to this point. Here it's 3rd and 2. They go play action with Wilson.
They're looking for Judy, but it's intercepted. Picked up by Divine Diablo.
He's on quite the interception run. He had 2 last week, another one here. Remember, he's not a DB, he's a linebacker.
But how many of those linebackers started as DBs and pumped themselves up into being linebackers? So the ball skills are the same, right? The coverage skills and responsibilities are the same, and he is paying it off in a big, big way.
They'll go up the middle with White. And he's going to take this ahead for right around 3 yards, but no more than that. 2nd down.
Well, that's a pretty good drive starter right there. And I don't know, partner, if you're even thinking about sitting on the ball right now. They may just want to run their regular offense.
In plus territory. And as an offensive coordinator, you don't want your team to go into a shell, do you?
No, you really don't, because as soon as you take your foot off the gas, it's real hard to put it back on and mash it, because once everyone's emotions come down, hard to start them up again. So I think he may want to keep them cranking high right here. I like the idea to mix it up from time to time, because let's face it, you can't be predictable. But the execution was a little lacking on this one, right? They might want to go back to the drawing board with that call.
The chance of wasting this great starting field position, a real threat. This is 3rd and long. Throwing is Mariota.
Oh, the ball comes out on the hit, but they'll say it's incomplete.
Nice call by the defense there on third down. Just flood the field with extra defensive backs in their dime package. Nowhere to go with the football. Forces the incompletion.
Carlson able to put this one through, and that will push the lead up to 5. So they get the 3, but you wonder now, is that going to be enough?
Excellent question, because when I look at the smiles on that side of the field, they're a little tight, aren't they? If they had scored a touchdown there, those would be big half-moon grins right now because they'd feel a whole lot better about their position.
And a touchdown in the other direction, all of a sudden they're down. Denver offense at the line, ready to go. And that last turnover could have proven more costly, but their defense only gave up 3. But now answering with a field goal doesn't do them much on this drive. They need to try and find the end zone. And throwing to start the drive, but that one incomplete.
They certainly did a nice job improvising there, extending the play, hoping someone would come open downfield, but they never did.
Now a give up the middle to Williams. And not much to speak of. Call it a 1-yard gain up to the 26.
Well, that's a good start to this drive on the defensive side of the ball.
Force the incompletion on first down. Then you're able to shut down the running play on second.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised now. A little bit of pressure going at the quarterback in an expected passing situation.
And Wilson's going to be intercepted a 3rd time. Picked off Byron Jones. And the Raiders are going to take possession of the football. Agreed, that's twice now in this 4th quarter.
As a quarterback, a lot of times you think it's all on you to make plays when you're losing. And here, the play's not there, but he throws it anyway.
They run straight ahead here with White. And a short gain there down to the 37-yard line. Credit him with a 1-yard gain there to make it 2nd and 9. Got to figure now, after getting that turnover, they're just going to be happy to keep the ball on the ground, right?
This is where covering the football, taking care of the ball, all the ball security terms that have ever been used, they come into play for the guys on offense right now. Just take care of it, and they've got a good chance of ending up winning this game.
A 2nd down pass play there, but it's incomplete. Darren Waller, the intended receiver, and it'll bring up 3rd down. Not sure what happened out there, but it looked like the timing was a little off on that throw.
Well, you know I'm a defender, so what am I going to say?
Great defense.
And darn right, they did something to disrupt that timing.
On 3rd down, Mariota. Mariota had an 87-yard run as a rookie. This one a bit less, but it is a 1st down. So there you go. Save your best scramble of the day for a big-time situation in the 4th quarter, picking up the 1st.
You don't want to use it up early, right? You want to make sure you save it for that exact moment, that key time. And that's what he did, although you and I both know it wasn't planned that way. But what a nice job using his eyes, scanning the field, and realizing when it was time to exit the pocket and go.
It'll be a gain of just a yard, and that'll bring up 2nd down. They will run with White out of the shotgun. They'll be brought down at the 21 after a pickup of 4. As we get late in this one, is altitude a factor for a visiting team in Denver? Is that something that's overplayed?
No, it's real, and I know a lot of the visiting teams like to downplay it because they don't want to get into the heads of their players, but you can't avoid it. As soon as you get to the locker room, you get to the stadium, they always post it in there. Welcome to Denver. Altitude 5,280 feet. The air is rare.
And bringing it in right side here, Beckham. And they work this near the 5. He'll be stopped at the 6. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal. Here's White. And he is in. Touchdown, Raiders. Zamir White with his 4th rushing touchdown of the year. And the Raiders are about to make it 4 straight as they add to this 4th quarter advantage. Extra point by Carlson, up and good. And it gives his guys a 12-point advantage.
Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away.
From a couple yards deep, he'll bring it out of the end zone. And no chance to get away as they'll get him down at about the 17-yard line. The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive. They are looking to make a bit of a 180. They are sputtering right now.
And frankly, I think it's time to call your playmakers together and say, all right, guys, we're going to lean on you through this patch. We need you to get us back on track and get us going in the right direction. So you're calling plays geared to them. Not necessarily when you look at your plays, oh, this hurts the defense. I want the ball in the hands of X, Y, and Z and see if we can move forward.
So don't get too cute. Go to the playmakers. So the completion good for just 3. And that'll make it second down. Here's Wilson. And he will find his big tight end over the middle. On 1st and 10, it's Wilson. Finding the open man, and that's Tim Patrick. And all the way home for a Bronco score. Tim Patrick, 46 yards. And the Broncos have made it a one-score game again here in the 4th. Extra point from McManus is good. And now things get a bit more interesting here in this 4th quarter. A little less than 90 seconds to go. This will be an onside kick. And they've got it. They recovered it. But hang on now, though. There's a penalty flag down. A big mistake in that spot. You got to let it go, Tim.
They didn't give themselves a chance. They had an opportunity, touched it first. Now they're in a really bad spot.
On a handoff, it's White. And he'll take this ahead for about 4. Second down coming up. Now the Broncos are going to call the first of their timeouts as they'll talk things over prior to this upcoming second down play. Mariota here to throw. And that one's going to be off target and incomplete.
Well, you most certainly don't want to go 3 and out here and give the football right back because your friend, Old Momentum, he's wondering if he should change sidelines about right now. And if you don't convert here, guess what? He's going to make the trek to the opposite side, and all of a sudden, you've got a battle on your hands.
On 3rd down, a run from White.
All right, just go ahead and say it with me. That was a
mistake,
yes,
for sure.
Without a doubt, because at some point, put your foot in the ground, get upfield, and get down protecting the ball. Don't go out of bounds, because when you go out of bounds, you're really just helping the defense.
Yeah, not to be too hyperbolic, but it's like giving the D an extra timeout, isn't it?
It certainly is. Gives them a chance to regroup, and it means you have to snap the ball in additional time, which always means the possibility of a mistake.
Fourth down, Mariota. And that is incomplete. The Raiders try it on 4th down, but to no avail. And the Broncos will take over on downs. Denver offense at the line, ready to go.
The last time out, they had to march almost the full length of the field for their touchdown. So here, much easier, Charles, with this better starting field position.
I love your sarcasm, but I love even more your observation because, look, what they did last time out, now with a shorter field, they should have a lot of confidence that they're going to put more points up on the board.
So second down, still 10 yards to go. Ball on the 43. Wilson to throw. And he'll be hit as he releases it, and that'll fall incomplete. So back-to-back incompletions, now 3rd and 10. And first things first, before you think about marching the ball down the field, you got to move the chains.
You're exactly right. Got to get back into focus here. Get the first down. That's what's vital to them.
Throwing the out route, incomplete. That's Patrick. And he's able to take it across midfield before going out of bounds. So they'll get 8 out of that completion, and that's going to bring up a 4th down. They'll try and throw for it with Wilson. And it's incomplete. They cannot convert, and they turn it over. They had to go for it with such little time remaining. And this defense is going to get the football back near midfield, right at the 48. The Raider offense set to get this drive started. And checking the timeouts, they do have 2 defensively, but no real need to use them as they're not going to be able to stop the clock after that. Now the Broncos going to use the second of their timeouts as the clock stops here with 46 seconds left to play. Another running situation on the doorstep as they come up 2nd and 10. Opting to run again here with White. And he's got it across midfield and into Denver territory. Now the defense will burn their 3rd and final timeout as they'll stop it with just over 40 seconds to go in the game. I guess the simple question, why not just take a knee there?
I don't understand either why you would take any sort of a chance. We've seen it happen in the game of football. Doesn't matter whether you watch high school, college, or the NFL. Some people get a little greedy, try to get that extra running play in, and it can backfire on them.
And he is going to have the first down, and that is going to suck the life right out of this crowd. 109 yards rushing for him now as he has been tremendous all day long. No doubt those are the types of carries they're looking for here, Charles. The lead in the 4th quarter. This is when coaches that have a reliable running game, they breathe a little easier on the sideline.
Yeah, they love the idea that they can take the air out of the football at this point of the game. That means they're really counting on that offensive line, counting on the runners, taking care of the football, because you're going to tell your quarterback, hey, no time to be a hero. We're not going to throw it here. Just eat up that clock. And if you have the ball, they can't score.
So this one a victory for the Las Vegas Raiders. And I tell you, these division games never for the faint of heart, but they come through with a tight victory here on the road.
And you find yourself working harder in a game like this too, don't you?
Yeah,
because you got to stay with it, right? You got to stay with it. You got to stay locked in. It's our type of a game. And you just mentioned it. Division game on the road, tight, and they find a way to win it. Way to hunker down, as my old coach used to say, and find your way through.
So for Las Vegas, it's a win they needed, if for nothing else than their sanity, as they move to 4-6. And they'll get another road date next week as their opponents will be the Seattle Seahawks. Meanwhile, for the Broncos, it's a loss that'll drop them back to